Prior to Christmas, lake rice was introduced to Lagosians. The commodity is a product of the partnership between the Lagos and Kebbi state governments, aimed at ensuring food security as well as showcasing the ability of Nigeria to become a producing nation. While the launch is historic to both governments, it is also a relief to Lagosians who have the opportunity to purchase rice at a cheaper rate.
It all started here. In March 2016, the governor of Lagos State, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, and his Kebbi State counterpart, Atiku Bagudu, signed a memorandum of understanding for the establishment of a commodity value chain that will give a quantum leap to food processing, production and distribution. The partnership involves a joint production of local rice. The goal is to produce 60 to 70% of Nigeria's rice needs and replicate same in other food items. 10 months into the agreement, the fruit of partnership became obvious with the launch of Lagos Kebbi rice, also known as lake rice. Lake rice was introduced few days to Christmas amidst growing demand for the staple food, which is also sold at a higher price in the market. Both governors described this outcome as historic.
Given that Lagos is the biggest market, is the biggest entrepreneurial center in Africa, and Kebbi State is also a big production area. We have a long history of trade relationship with Lagos. We felt that those two elements combined together can chart the way for others to follow. What they are having is a product that can stand any integrity test and is comparable to whatever the best that comes in Nigeria.
We have decided to do this. Rice is just the first example of the kind of commodities that we are going to go into this joint venture together. We have other commodities that we are going to explore. We also believe that we'll expand our mills and also do a backward integration and having larger mills in Lagos. Considering the fact that the real market and the consumption market is in Lagos, that in its sense, we even reduce the cost of production as we go along.
Lake rice is sold at reduced rates compared to what obtains in the open market. A 50-kilogram bag goes for 12,000 naira, 25 kilogram sells for 6,000 naira, while a 10 kilogram sells for 2,500 naira. The product has been made available at designated sales centers across the 3 senatorial districts of Lagos State. The state government announced that collection would be allowed after payment at designated banks or through point of sale. An individual would only be allowed to buy one bag at a time to make the product go round. The premises of the State Universal Basic Education Board, Maryland, is one of the centers designated for the sale of lake rice. A truck containing 30 tons of the product was already being offloaded. Hundreds of residents besieged the center early enough to get the product. In the absence of bank transaction, point of sale was the only means to transact, being a holiday. Many faced initial challenges of long queues and late arrival of product.
Before the rice could come, it was around 12, after 12, before the. So on getting here, initially I planned for 50 kg, you understand? But on getting here, when the goods arrived, they said they only had 25 kg. So I had no option than to apply. But the system is slow and I believe they can improve on it.
The truck have arrived, they have to offload it. So after offloading, they started answering for the attempt from the number 1.
Despite these challenges, the initiative is seen as a welcome development.
We got the bag of rice, which is 25 kg for 6,000 without any addition. No additional fee, no extortion. The due process was being followed. Nobody collected anything from anybody. We applaud the initiative of the Lagos State government in conjunction with the Kebbi State government. It's been a good one and a great one at that anyway. So we believe seeing more of these will also help to move our economy forward.
If the whole state can emulate Lagos State and Kebbi State, it will be a very good development for the entire country, and that will save the Nigerians billions of dollars at the spend on the exportation of rice.
The special advisor to Governor Ambode on food security, who was on ground to monitor the process, explained why the state government prefers to sell as designated centers than the open market.
There's every possibility that, if we do not put in place monitoring, controls, there's every possibility that those money bags will hijack it and resell at a higher price. So that is why we have carefully selected designated areas where we can actually monitor and have a eyes over the activities. So by the time you start giving distributors or proliferating the sales, it becomes an issue.
At the Ikeja Grammar School Sales Center, Oshodi, a rush was reportedly witnessed. As a result, the product was out of stock on the eve of Christmas. The supervisor of the center said he was looking forward to the delivery of another batch. The process might have been adjudged credible, but not without complaints of late arrival, inadequate supply, and poor coordination.
During this season, at 12,000 naira, there's going to be rush. And for every system of this sort, we must encounter teething problems. And those are the teething problems that will fizzle out over time. So we're addressing it. If we must talk about bags that will really go around the entire negotiations, then we'll be talking about 22 million bags of rice, which is a whole lot. But we're doing our best to see that, it goes, it reaches out to a wider number of negotiations.
Residents are hoping that the initiative will be sustained beyond the Yuletide. The partnership was aimed at bringing about national food sufficiency and food security, as well as creating employment and wealth distribution for the benefit of both states and the nation in general.